friends, we're here with my friend Mitchell. I came to her house to show her how to plant a moringa tree the way that I do it. These are the seeds. This is how I start. I soak them overnight and then I plant them the next day in a small little pot like this. I came to her house to show her how I dig the hole, why I dig it this size, and what I add to them. So Mitchell, you can ask me some questions as we do this.
I'm curious, how old are these?
That tree is probably about, I would say about a month.
Wow.
It's a month, but it's got good compost and good potting mixed in the little pot. And I planted them from seeds. And so once they get about that size is when I start thinking of where to plant them. Now, if you could see the hole, it's probably about 4 times the width of it. And it's also very deep. So you want to give them a good start, even though it's a tiny little tree, you want to give them a good start in putting good compost and good potting mix just to get the roots established. And then you've seen my neighbors, how huge it is. In a couple of months, it's over 5 feet tall. So let's do that today. Let's show Mitchell how to plant this. So Mitchell, you're going to mix the compost and the potting mix. It doesn't really matter how much you do of both because they're both going to be good for the tree. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Yeah, and then add that, and then add some, now do some compost. And these are just bags that we bought at Home Depot and Lowe's. But I always start all my plants, all my trees like this because I want to give them a good head start. We have horrible soil. It's very tight, so the roots can't really get established when we do this. When we just plant them directly in native soil, unless you have really good soil. I don't, so this is what I do every time I plant a tree. Okay, so stop about there. You want to go ahead and mix it and then see where the tree's going to be at once you're going to plant the tree down. Okay, so is that about, you want to come up a little bit more because that's going to be too low from the ground. So keep adding some more. There you go. And then more potting mix. So we're just giving it a good start here. There we go. Now when you take it out of the pot, you want to go ahead and take it out very carefully. You do not want to disturb the roots. Moringas do not like to have the roots disturbed. So you want to go ahead and squeeze a little pot so that it kind of loosens it up. There you go. And then take the whole thing out. There you go. There you go. There you go. See the roots? Okay, so you're going to go ahead and put it down now. This one you don't do anything with the roots. You just kind of just. And does that look about, you want it to be a little bit deeper for your water, you can. Or if you want it level to your grass, that's also fine. Because that looks pretty good right there.
Okay.
So then start adding some more compost and potting mix to it. And if you notice at the bottom of this tree, she put a lot of potting mix and a lot of compost. So the tree is gonna have what it needs to get established. So it's gonna be loose. It's not going to be too tight for the roots not to be able to grow. And I think that's why when I plant the moringas, they grow so fast. And after a year or 6 months, it doesn't matter what kind of soil they're planted in, the roots are going to go ahead and grab themselves and they'll start growing.
Would you add any fertilizer into it when you plant it or wait until later?
I don't. I wait till later. They do fine. They're not picky about that. This is just to get them started. And after that, I really don't fertilize moringa trees. The only thing that I do with them is I add good compost 2-3 times a year to the top.
Do you put in your aloe smoothies?
Yeah, you could also do that. I've done that too, the aloe smoothies. You could do that. That's a natural fertilizer. Leaves, anything that you can think of that feeds your plants, or you can just throw that around the tree and that's sufficient. So there you go. She has it there. Now you want to go ahead and level it. She's adding more potting mix, which is fantastic, and you see the area around the tree, so that'll give it a good head start. Okay, so we're good to go.
Okay. That's great.
It looks good, and then we're gonna check back on it to see how fast it grows compared to the one that you planted on the other side of the yard, and let's see if that's the reason why.
Okay. And then we're gonna water it well, right?
Yeah, you're gonna keep it watered, but it's a little tree, so you don't want to overwater it either. It doesn't need a lot of water.
So once a week, like a deep watering
Yeah,
once a week?
deep water once a week, but when we get too hot, right now, you also want to water it. You can hand water it, or whenever you water your grass, it's fine, just not too much.
Okay.
and it should be fine, and then we'll check back on it, and then we'll share what her progress is. So don't forget, friends, to like, subscribe, and share this video, and we'll keep you updated. Thank you.